Amazing what happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now I'll pass the microphone across to Mr. Brett Isaac with his piranhas in the background. Maybe that's part of his tip for today. So I'll let you run with it, Brad.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Good. I'm only drinking because Amanda's drinking. I've made a lot of notes here. It's I was thinking about what could be one of the top tips that I could pass through to everyone. Michael touched on it a fair bit, so so that's fantastic to get to deal with your clients and get them onto the right packages. But if I had to cover off a couple of little things, I appointed an advisory board probably about 3 years ago now. So I've got a chair that sits on that committee with me. And he's come in from a financial management perspective. So, I've done strategic coach, I've done all the different training you could possibly do and implemented those things into the business. But this particular man's enabled me to focus more on my numbers than ever before in the business. So as we transition from an industry to a profession, it's really important that we take on board. And I've got about 6 or 7 different things. So client numbers was probably the first thing that we did. So we reduced from 140, I think it was 143 clients down to 87 that we have at the moment. And we've factored into the budget. Budget's another important word that I've been taught to set your budget for the year. But we factored in that we're probably going to put on 15 new clients a year and we'll drop off probably 3 or 4. So it's important to factor in what you'll put on and what will probably drop off as well. Those lower clients that you may not want to deal with anymore. Getting clients onto the right packages, we spent a significant amount of work. So I did MDRT 2018. That was great, just because I got the privilege to speak on main platform. I can't believe that was the last MDRT that I actually went to, but couldn't go the following year because I felt like we were in the trenches for that next 12 to 18 months. I had a lot of changes in my personal life, but also had huge changes with the business as well, with the Royal Commission, with Phasia, with everything else coming in. So we decided to put all of our clients onto the relevant package and set a minimum fee, and that's the bronze package that they go on. So you're either a bronze, you're a silver, you're a gold, or you're a platinum client. And by doing that, we wanted to manage all the risk in the practice to make sure that if ASIC ever walked in the door and they said, how come you're charging this client $20,000 a year or $10,000 a year, can you justify that? So we spend a significant amount of time building our models. They're all flat fee models, and we've got spreadsheets for every particular client. I'll share one of the spreadsheets in a minute so you can see how that works. So if ASIC ever walk in the door and they go, how do you justify charging Rod and Charmaine $15,000 a year? We can, all the compliance stuff that they sign off, but we can generate the spreadsheet to show, well, this is what we do for each particular client throughout the year. We moved every single client to a flat fee model. So we decided that whether you're investing $1 million or whether you're investing $200,000, you're essentially doing the same amount of work, all right, to invest that money. And we switched off anyone who was percentage based. Everyone's a flat fee and everyone's on that right package. So setting the budget was really clear as well. So I know within the practice now down to the dollar that we have to, we've got to generate, we set the budget already for this year. And I know that we've got to generate $367,000 worth of income before we start generating any profit at all. So being able to have that clarity around the numbers and the clarity around what we need to do, enables us to run it week by week. How many meetings are we having? What's the income that comes in? How many SOAs were presented? And we actually worked out when we've got clients on these fee packages and we know exactly what everyone's paying, the amount of SOAs that we're actually delivering dropped significantly as well. So we weren't necessarily looking to implement a lot of new business all the time. It was more about, I've been in this for 21 years, so we've got a lot of very sticky clients that have been around for a long time. And like Michael said before, there was the odd client package that came down. And I think we had one client that decided not to continue with us into our new world. And we were able to switch off about 50 clients that we just didn't want to work with anymore. So So I guess to summarize that, it's felt like, 2 years in the trenches, but I've got a great business model set up now, and I think COVID has been awesome. I feel we've, the way that we set the practice up leading into the Corona quarter, as they're calling it, and it continues, has, I didn't need to check anything with regards to income dropping, because our income was significantly up on this time last year. And we still write a lot of life insurance commission. But we write everything, 92% of our income is now from fees, and the remaining 8% of income is just life insurance commission. And we just write everything on level. We've got a really clearly defined philosophy on how we insure our clients. And as you guys would all know, there's a significant amount of compliance work that goes into recommending life insurance and having to replace anything and everything that we go through. I mean, to generate an SOA, which is risk only, it probably cost the practice $4,000 to $5,000 just to do that. And then, all the other challenges that come with writing that. So if you've got a level 30% commission structure, then come year 2, you review the philosophy. If there haven't been many changes in their circumstances, then you'll get paid that again without having to do any of the compliance documents, which we've found is a big help as well. So I think that's it. So COVID proof the practice, put everyone on the right packages. We really have set a minimum fee. So our bronze package, the minimum fee is $4,400 to come on board. And having a more junior advisor in the practice now, if we don't feel they're at that 4-4 level yet, they might be at a 2-2 or a 3-3 level, then our younger advisor, James, can deal with them. And, as I know, my gold platinum clients now that are paying anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 a year in fees were once that $2,000-3,000 client per annum. So I feel amazing with where the business is at right now, and looking forward to getting back to MDRT, assuming we don't have to self-isolate for 64 days. So.
Thanks, Brad. I really appreciate that. And I've seen your journey over the years we've known each other, and a credit to you in terms of the transformation you've taken in your business. And thanks for sharing those ideas. I'm sure if we gave you an extra 10 or 15 or 20 minutes, you could talk on it further. And but great effort. And I'd like to thank everyone today for participating. And it's been fantastic. Thanks, Doug, Esther, Michael, Nick, and Brad. It's the opportunity to spread some ideas, to share some positivity. I find these calls have been fantastic. I think you go away feeling a bit more positive. It gives you some ideas. It's lovely to see some friendly faces, and we're all in here together, but we're all ready to reach out. And it's great that we know that at any point in time we can call on anyone on this call and say, hey, is there something that you can help me out with, or vice versa. I'm done now. I've done what I have to.